I know. You're exhausted. Not just the kind of tired a nap can fix, but soul deep, silent, aching tired. The kind of tired that doesn't go away with sleep or silence, because it comes from carrying too much, for too long, without ever putting it down. I know you don't talk about it often. Maybe you don't talk about it at all. Because the truth is, most people wouldn't understand what it's like to keep going while feeling like you're falling apart on the inside. You smile, you show up, you do what needs to be done. You're the strong one. The one people count on. The one who keeps it together when everyone else is falling apart. But no one sees what it costs you. No one sees how much you wish, just once, someone would look at you and say, "You don't have to be strong today. I've got you." But they don't. So you keep going. Quietly. Steadily. Tired. Some nights, you lie awake, not because you can't sleep, but because your mind won't stop replaying everything you've ever said wrong, everything you didn't do, every moment you broke, cried, failed, or fell short. You wonder if you're the only one who feels this way. You wonder if maybe there's something wrong with you. You wonder if you'll ever feel light again, peaceful again, whole again. But listen closely. There is nothing wrong with you. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are human. You're a soul that has weathered more than anyone should have to carry alone. And still, here you are. Listening. Breathing. Showing up, even if it's just barely. That is strength. That is courage. That is what resilience looks like when no one's watching. I know you're tired. But please keep going. Because the world needs you. Not the version of you that's perfect, polished, or always okay. The real you. The messy, honest, tired, beautiful you. You matter even on the days you don't feel like you do. You matter even when you feel invisible. You matter even when your light feels dim. It's okay if you're not okay right now. You don't have to rush your healing. You don't have to be who you used to be. And you don't need to have everything figured out to keep moving. Life isn't a race. You are allowed to slow down. You are allowed to pause. You are allowed to breathe. You've survived so much already. The nights you thought you wouldn't make it. The heartbreaks that shattered you. The days you cried silently in a bathroom stall or under the covers, hoping no one would notice. The moments where the loneliness felt like it would swallow you whole. But you're still here. You're still here. And that is not small. You've been carrying weight others can't see, fighting battles no one knows about, showing up with a smile when all you want to do is disappear. You've learned how to function while falling apart. And that kind of strength? That's not weakness. That's grace. That's power. That's surviving even when your soul is begging for rest. But just because you can carry it doesn't mean you should have to. You deserve softness. You deserve care. You deserve to be held the way you've held everyone else. You deserve to feel safe, not just physically, but emotionally. To be in spaces where you don't have to perform, pretend, or earn love just by enduring. You're allowed to cry. You're allowed to feel like this is too much. You're allowed to be tired of always being strong. It doesn't make you any less worthy. It doesn't mean you're failing. It means you've been trying, and that's something to be proud of. So let me be the one to say what maybe no one else has. You're doing better than you think. You are not too much. You are not too sensitive. You are not a burden. You are human. And you are allowed to fall apart sometimes. This world teaches us to push through pain, to ignore our needs, to always keep going, but that's not healing. Healing is rest. Healing is sitting in the silence and letting yourself feel without judging the feeling. Healing is saying, I need help, even if it's whispered through tears. Healing is allowing yourself to be human. And you? You deserve healing. You deserve joy that doesn't come with guilt. You deserve peace that doesn't feel like it needs to be earned. You deserve mornings that don't start with dread and nights that don't end in overthinking. I know you don't see the finish line right now. I know you feel like you're stuck in a loop, wake up, survive, sleep, repeat. But you're not stuck. You're growing, even if it's quietly. Even if it looks like nothing is changing. Every time you choose to keep going, even when it hurts, even when it's slow, even when it's quiet, you're shifting. You're healing. You're becoming. Not all growth looks like flowers blooming. Sometimes it looks like sitting in the dark, watering roots no one can see. But trust this, the roots are growing. And one day, you'll bloom again, not because you forced yourself to, but because you gave yourself the time and care to grow back slowly, gently, honestly. It's okay to not have all the answers. It's okay to feel lost. Sometimes the lost path is the one that leads you home. And I know, some days it feels like no one sees your effort. Like no one sees how hard it is to even try. But I see you. And more than that, you need to see you. Look at everything you've survived. Look at the storms you've walked through alone. Look at the tears you've wiped quietly. Look at the strength it takes to keep loving, hoping, trying, even when your heart is tired. You have not wasted your life. You have not failed. You have simply been surviving, and now, maybe, it's time to gently begin living again. Not all at once. Not perfectly. But slowly. Start by breathing. Deeply. In and out. Start by drinking water. Eating something. Speaking kindly to yourself. Start by doing one small thing that feels like love for you. You don't need to have a 5-year plan. You don't need to feel inspired. You don't need to be full of energy. You just need to stay. Stay through this season. Stay through this ache. Stay long enough to see what could happen if you don't give up. Because even in the dark, your presence matters. Even in the dark, you're making progress. Even in the dark, you are not alone. There are people, even if you haven't met them yet, who will love you gently, fully, without asking you to shrink or perform. There are moments of laughter still waiting to return. There are quiet sunrises, warm tea, open books, soft music, peaceful mornings, new friendships, quiet healing, still ahead. There are parts of yourself you haven't met yet, strong, grounded, calm parts, and they are waiting for you just beyond this fatigue. But to get there, you have to keep going. Even slowly. Even crawling. Even if today, your version of keep going is just getting out of bed. That counts. That matters. That is brave. And if no one has told you this lately, let me say it clearly. I'm proud of you. Not because you've achieved something. Not because you've done anything grand. But simply because you've stayed. You've kept breathing through things that tried to take the air from your lungs. You've kept walking with a heart that felt like giving up. You've shown up in the middle of the storm. And that is enough. So if you're tired, rest, but don't quit. If you're scared, breathe, but don't disappear. If you're hurting, cry, but don't stop loving. If you're lost, pause, but don't give up. This world is better with you in it. This life still holds moments that will surprise you. You don't have to rush to get there. Just don't stop. Don't go silent on yourself. Don't let the exhaustion convince you that healing isn't happening. Don't let the dark fool you, the light is still coming. So one more time, and I'll keep saying it as long as you need to hear it. I know you're tired, but please, keep going.